from the word of sila, which means, in fact, in Arabic, iqadun nar, to light the fire. When you say in Arabic, salaytu shat, it means you grilled the sheep, barbecued the sheep. That's why also Quran says, hasbuhum jahannamu yaslawnaha, that enough for them is hell, and at they will burn. So it is burning. So why they call this salat? If it is actually taken from the word of sila, it means that by performing salat, you are preventing yourself from the fire or the hellfire of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is one meaning of salat. But also maybe it is taken from the word of silah, or connection. It means that you are connecting yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by salat, by prayer. In the horse race, when the second horse following the first one, and the second is close to the first one to the extent that the head of the first one is attached, the head of the second horse is attached to the first one. The first horse is called musalli. It means attached to the first one. So from here, the word of salat is coming that you remain attached. You remain attached to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when you offer the salat, it is not enough. You know, in the Quran, every time when there is praising for the prayer, it is coupled with the word of iqamah. وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةِ. إِقَامَةُ الصَّلَاةِ. Not only just offering the salat, saleh. For the salat itself, Quran says, فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. What is the meaning of sahun? Sahun means that, you don't have any interest in regard to salat. Sometimes you are offering the salat, sometimes you don't. This is called sahun. But iqamat salat means that you establish the salat. You perform the salat with its conditions. You give the salat what it deserves. This is the meaning of iqamatul salat. For the munafiqeen, Quran says that when they do the salat, they don't have the actually eagerness to do the salat. إِذَا قَامُوا إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ قَامُوا كُسَالَى. They don't have interest for the salat. They actually are lazy when they do the salat. So what is iqamatul salat? We have many aspects for iqamatul salat. Many stages for iqamatul salat. Tonight, inshallah rahman, we are going to explain, inshallah rahman, some aspects of iqamatul salat. First, the iqamatul salat means that you give priority to salat. It is very important. Some people, they don't put the salat as a priority in their schedules. He says, I have appointment in this hour, I have another appointment in the next hour, but he doesn't think about the time of Salat. He's putting the Salat at the end of everything. So, as Quran says, you have to do the Salat on its stated or appointed times. If you do the Salat on its appointed times, you are giving importance to the Salat. You are doing the Iqamatul Salat. What Quran says, فَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةِ. Hold the Salat. Establish the Salat. إِنَّ الصَّلَاةَ كَانَتْ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ كِتَابًا mawquta, that the Salat is enjoined on mu'mineen on its stated time, on its appointed time. So it is very important to do the Salat, brothers and sisters, on time. According to hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, when there was a call for azan, he was dedicating himself to Salat to the extent that he was not able to recognize anybody who was passing in front of him. He was dedicating himself only to Salat. So this is one aspect of Iqamatul Salat, to do the Salat on time. Also, there is another important thing about the Salat, that when you do the Salat, you have to keep your state of mindfulness. Some people, when they do the Salat, their Salat is only the movement. It is only, actually, as we say, a somatic routine, that you just do ruku, you just do sujood, but you are distracted by your thought, you are thinking in another word. And you think about your problems while you are doing the Salat, and when you say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, you are coming to the word. So this kind of Salat is not Iqamatul Salat. You are just parroting the words of Salat, but you are not coexisting with Salat. You don't give the Salat its importance. So this is another thing, that you have to be mindful when you perform your Salat. You have to actually pay full attention to what you are saying in Salat. When you say, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ, that, Ya Allah, I only worship you, and I ask for help only from you. You really mean that. You pay attention to this, because this is the expression of Tawheed. You see in the history that Imam Ali alayhi salam, they said that in the battle of Siffin, he received an arrow in his thigh, that it was very painful to remove that arrow from his thigh. So they consulted Imam Hassan salawatullah alayhi, and he instructed them that you have to remove the arrow when he is in a state of Salat, because he is fully attentive to Salat, so he can bear the situation. And they did that, and they were successful in removing the arrow, and Imam alayhi salam after salat recognized that there is no arrow anymore in his thigh. You see that this can be done. And you see that sometimes when you are, you have full attention to something, and sometimes you're cutting your finger, you don't recognize it. After a while, you will find out, oh, there is a bleeding in your finger. Why? Because you had full attention to something else. That's why actually you were not able to recognize that cutting. And this is also if you go to Quran, you will find out this in Surah Yusuf, that when the wife of the Aziz of Misr, was blamed by other ladies that, why she is in love with Joseph. And, they brought these ladies to a majlis, and as Quran says, وَآتَتْ كُلَّ وَاحِدَةٍ مِّنْهُنَّ سِكِّينًا وَقَالَتْ أُخْرُجْ عَلَيْهِنَّ. She gave to each of them a knife, and then he asked Yusuf alayhi salam to come out before them. What Quran says, فَلَمَّا رَأَيْنَهُ أَكْبَرْنَهُ. When they saw Yusuf alayhi salam, they glorified him. They actually were in a state of amazement, to the extent that they had the fruits in their hands. Actually, instead of peeling the fruit, they actually cut their fingers. فَلَمَّا رَأَيْنَهُ أَكْبَرْنَهُ وَقَطَّعْنَ أَيْدِيَهُنَّ وَقُلْنَا حَاشَ لِلَّهِ مَا هَذَا بَشَرًا. He is not a human being. إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا مَلَكٌ كَرِيمٌ. He is none but an angel. So, when you have full attention to salat, then you are doing iqamatul salat. This is the iqamatul salat. So why we do salat? Why we do iqamatul salat? Quran says that أقم الصلاة لذكر. You have to do the salat in order to remember me. Remembrance of Allah is very important. Why remembrance of Allah is very important? Because when you have remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this will cause for you serenity and tranquility. الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَتَطْمَئِنُّ قُلُوبُهُمْ أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبُ. Only remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will cause you serenity, will cause you tranquility. So you see that this is the benefit of performing salat. That, always in this world you are encountering problems. You are encountering adversities. You are encountering calamities. And you need help. You need support. Sometimes you feel nobody will help you. But when you get connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by performing salat, you will be strengthened by remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why Quran says, أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبُ. So this is the benefit of doing salat. And as you know, we have many benefits for performing salat, according to a hadith, that sometimes some people, you're complaining that why we call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we do dua, but we don't find any response from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one reason is that because we are not doing iqamatul salat. And one aspect of iqamatul salat is, as we said, to do the salat on time, to give priority to do salat on time. And there is a hadith, Actually, they say this is the Hadith Qudsi, but also I saw in other hadith to support this one. It says that من أجابني حين أدعوه أجيبه حين يدعوني. If you expect me, this is the saying of Allah, if this hadith is authentic, if you expecting me to answer your call, to answer your dua, then also you answer me when I call upon you. What is the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is azan. Azan means to invite you to the salat. When you say Allahu Akbar, it means that Allah is greater than anything else. But when you hear Allahu Akbar, but you are doing something else, it means that Allah is not Akbar for you. So if you want to get istijabat for your dua, if you want to get response from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for your call, do your salat inshallah ar-Rahman on time. You know that I recited for you a verse, two verses from Quran from Ibrahim salawatullahi alayhi. The first, it's saying that رَبَّنَا إِنِّي أَسْكَنْتُ مِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي بِوَادٍ غَيْرِ ذِي زَرْعٍ عِنْدَ بَيْتِكَ الْمُحَرَّمِ رَبَّنَا لِيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةِ. It says that, "Oh, our Lord, I made my family to stay in a valley without cultivation by your sacred house in order to establish the salat." Rabbana liyuqimus salat. What it means? It means that Ibrahim alayhi salam, he sacrificed for establishment of salat. He left his home, he left his family, part of his family, and he went to the valley of Mecca in order to establish the salat, in order to make the people of this place to do salat. He presented sacrifice for this. Then he is doing dua. He says, "Rabbi ij'alni muqim as-salat." Oh my Lord, make me the person who establishes the salat. Wa min zurriyati, and also among my progeny. He's doing dua for his progeny too. Rabbana wa taqabbal dua. Oh my Lord, accept my prayer. So we have, when we say iqamatus salat, it doesn't mean that we do the salat only. We have also to promote the institution of salat, especially to promote the salat by inviting our family, our relatives to the salat, to inform them of the importance of salat, to encourage them to do the salat. What Quran says? Quran says, وَأْمُرْ أَهْلَكَ بِالصَّلَاةِ وَأْمُرْ أَهْلَكَ بِالصَّلَاةِ وَاسْتَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا. Not only you have to command your family to do salat, but also you have to be constant. Sometimes you say, "Oh, I just said to him, I told him to do the salat, but he is not doing the salat." No, you have to be persistent. Try more. وَاسْتَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا. Be patient. Don't give up. وَاسْتَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا وَأْمُرْ أَهْلَكَ بِالصَّلَاةِ وَاسْتَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا. And also you know that Imam Hussein alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam left his home to the valley of Mecca to establish the salat. And also Imam Hussein alayhi salam left Medina and he came to Karbala and established the salat in the plain of Karbala. No, he was able to do the salat in the tent, but he preferred to do the salat in the plain of Karbala in front of the enemy. Why? Because he wanted to show that this is the real salat. Because what is the real salat? The real salat means that you have to be in a state of taslim to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To surrender yourself to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to be, as it is said, walking Quran. You have to express the Tawheed by performing the Quran. It is not, as I said, it is a somatic way, just to move your body to ruku and sujood. No, you have to have the spirit of salat. The spirit of salat is that you have the entire instruction of Quran in your soul, that you are ready to implement the instruction of Quran entirely. This is what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was doing. According to a saying from Aisha, his wife, she said that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was walking Quran. He was actually embodiment of Quran. He was embodiment of Quran, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So this was the salat of Imam Hussein salawatullahi alayhi. According to the history, one of the companions came forward. His name was Abu Thumama as-Sa'idi, and he told Imam Hussein alayhi salam, "O Hussein, I want to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after performing my salat. This is the noon time, and I want to get the state of shahadat, but before getting the state of shahadat, I want to perform the salat." And what was the response of Imam Hussein alayhi salam? He said, "ذكرت الصلاة جعلك الله من المصلين." You remember the salat? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make you among those who are offering prayer, who are offering the salat. And another statement, Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, "Inni uhibbu as-salat." I love the salat. Now this is another example of iqamatus salat, that you love the salat. You know, some people, when they do the salat, it is like a burden on them. Burden. For some people, they enjoy the salat. This was Imam Hussein alayhi salam. "Inni uhibbu as-salat." "Inni uhibbu as-salat." So, this is the important message of iqamatus salat, to do the salat with its conditions. And one of the benefit of salat, as you know, we said this many times, brothers and sisters, that if you want to know that if your salat is iqamatus salat or it is only salat, you have to know if this salat will prevent you from committing sin or not. Because Quran says, "Inna as-salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar." The salat will prevent you from vice and evil. From vice and evil. So, if you don't see that you are not avoiding the sin, then you have to be sure that your salat is not iqamatus salat. And also, brothers and sisters, one benefit of iqamatus salat is that you actually enshrine the spirit of humbleness in your soul by doing the salat. Because what is the salat? You know, you are doing ruku, bowing down, doing prostration, doing sujood. You know, this is the symbol of khushu' and khushu'. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. The salvation would be for believers, those who are in a state of humbleness in their prayers. You know, many of Arab people at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they actually hated salat. They were reluctant to do the salat. They were coming to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and they were saying, Ya Rasulullah, can we make for us exemption from salat? Why? Because they were so arrogant. Because in salat you have to do sujood and you have to do ruku', and this is actually the symbol of humbleness and humility, and they didn't like it. They didn't want to do the salat. But as I said, you know, this is very important for soul making. When you do ruku', when you do sujood, you are actually inculcating yourself the virtue of humbleness, the virtue of tawadhu, as we say in Arabic. Then after salat also you can be humble with other people.